Good morning, Mixed Podcast Army. Episode 10. We made it double figures. We're here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining our cult, our army, and being a part of this program. We really appreciate it. Before we get started, I'm just going to run a couple of plugs for our sponsors. As usual, we always start in alphabetical order, so we'll go with the Allen Hotel. This hotel is brand spanking new. It's located in the lower east side of New York. If you're down there, you stay there, you can walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. You can go down around. I'm sure there's some good restaurants down there. And at the moment, they're doing a 15% off 3 nights or more stay. So if you want to go to the Allen Hotel and you want to stay, you're not going to stay in New York for 1 day, 2 days, make it 3. Stay at the Allen Hotel. They've got 41 guest rooms. They're spacious, they're roomy, which is difficult for Manhattan these days. It's very, very tight. Go there, tell David Brown that Nathan sent you, not Abs, because Abs has gone MIA again. I don't know where he is. I hope he gets home safe. Get home safe, kid. We'll move on. Now we'll go to Larry Klein Meats. And as usual, always gets done in an American accent. The next sponsor of the podcast is Larry Klein Wholesale Meats. Located at 350 Goodsby Boulevard, Deerfield Beach, they'll provide all your meat provisions for all of Florida. They even go to New York. They'll send you some meat all throughout the United States, not Australia, but the United States. Started in 1976 by Larry and Lewis Klein. This is a family-run business with great customer service, great prices, and great smiles. Tell Zach or Debbie or anyone at Larry Klein Meats that Nathan sent you. They'll give you no discount at all, but they'll give you good service.
Can't keep my hands to myself. Trying to. I want you all for myself. You're metaphorical gin and juice. So come on, give me a taste. I want it's like to be next to you. Won't let one drop go to waste. You're metaphorical gin and juice. So put out to the embers. Keep making love to each other. And I'm trying. All of the doubts and the uppers. Keep making love to each other. And I'm trying. Hands to myself. Hands to myself.
We're here. Welcome, everyone. What's the date? 29th of July?
Yes, it is.
Jesus. It's only 10 days till my birthday. Unfortunately, again, I've been trying to call Abs for 3 weeks. I still don't know where he is. I've had to send out another SOS. And this time I've got a friend of mine. She's in the house. Our first female guest,
Hello, everybody.
Isabella Rodriguez. How are you, darling?
Good. Happy
Look at
to
that.
be
I
here.
called you darling.
I know. Being so sweet at the start.
I know. It'd
See
probably
if
get
it
worse.
maintains to the end.
It'll definitely get worse moving forward. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to the Mixed Business Podcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You happy to join?
Yeah, excited. Excited to be the first female guest on the show.
Well, we got to go with the hashtag Me Too movement, don't we?
Oh, look, nothing like a lady's touch.
Well, you're not
To
really
make it a little
you're not
bit
really
sweeter.
touching anything. You're sort of speaking.
My voice is meant to be touching the hearts of our listeners. That's what I was implying.
We've got a lot of heartless listeners out there.
Yes.
Okay, what's been going on? How's your weekend been? You've been Han Solo at home.
Yeah, been MIA. I'm a housebody, so lockdown. First week back at work. And
What do you do at work?
I am a high school teacher.
Yep.
So holidays are over, back at school, lots to do, lots to organise. It's been a tough week. I'm finding adulting to be really hard.
You're finding adult life to be hard.
Yeah, I think I've been, being a kid for like quite a while, and this first week back at school and trying to run the household is very hard.
That's all right. It's easy.
I'm finding it hard.
Depends.
I feel like there's not enough hours in the day.
How so? How many hours do you need to sleep a day?
Oh, okay. If I minimize the sleep, and I'm a beauty sleeper, I need my solid 8 or more.
What time are you in bed?
Still-ish.
6:30 p.m.
I went to bed at 12 last night.
Jeez, that's
12:30.
late. That's late.
12:30. I know.
What did you
For a
do?
woman of my age, I should be in bed at...
What are you, 35?
Yes.
You only look 21.
Thanks.
You look good. You're looking
Good.
fine for your age. No, well, I'm older than you. I'm almost 29. Jesus.
Yeah,
Where did the time go?
I know. All the 90s kids hitting the big 3-0. It's
I was
not nice.
89, actually, so I'm an 80s kid.
Oh,
Get that
okay.
right, please.
Okay.
Just don't do that again, or you get kicked out of this podcast, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
We've only been going for 4 minutes, so it'll be the shortest podcast in the world. Not the shortest. Not the shortest. Let's talk about, there's a couple of things we can talk about. The best thing about this is you're not a man. So a lot of your aspects on life are going to be a lot different to what mine are.
I think so, yeah.
And a lot of my aspects on life and my perception on life is going to be a lot different to yours,
Mm-hmm.
which will make for good discussions.
I think so, yeah.
What I thought we'd start with, we could start with, you can ask me a question. You can, and we'll be completely honest here. You can ask me a question you've always wanted to ask, but you never had the guts.
Okay.
I'll just put you in the shit there.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of a question because I'm usually just pretty straightforward. I'll ask you.
Not really.
I don't
Take
know.
your time.
I've got nothing straight away, so why don't you ask me a question?
Oh, but this
that
is my
you've-
show.
Oh,
This is
I know.
my show.
Well, I'm hijacking it. That's
I can do
what
whatever
we
the
do.
fuck I want on this
They
show.
take control.
Although Abs does swear a lot. There's been a lot less swearing since
It's been
since
cleaner.
Abs has gone away. He's having some good travels though. He called me yesterday. Well, not yesterday. The day before. I think he loves Mykonos. So the update from Mykonos, that'll come through in the show. Have you been to Mykonos?
No, Greek is my 30th. Will be in Greece.
Did you go to Ibiza?
No.
Is it Ibiza? Ibiza?
Yeah, I just steer clear of saying it out loud because I never know what the correct pronunciation
How would you pronounce
is.
it?
No, so I can't even say it.
I think it's-
Ibiza?
I think it's Ibiza.
Ibiza?
But there's a
I
Z
don't
in there.
know.
Why is there a Z in it?
Silent, maybe. Cheeky Z.
How do you have a silent Z?
How do you have a silent S? How do you have a silent TH? They're just in there.
Ibiza. No. But he hated it. It was too much partying for Abs.
Yeah, I'm not a party girl, so I think I like the quiet beaches.
Yeah, what is your ideal holiday? What would be your ideal holiday?
I like my ideal holiday is just beach and food.
Throw the bikini on, or are you going to One Piece?
I'm a bikini girl.
Yeah.
Overseas, in Europe, it's like there's no rules, so
Okay.
it's like bikinis.
Do you go
Everybody's
topless?
Yep, if there's no one around.
I'd go topless. Well, what if aren't you going to be with your family? Isn't that a bit awkward with your mum and dad and your
I've
sisters
done it.
around?
I've done it. Me and my sister did a whole topless photo shoot,
Jesus.
covering but topless.
Was your dad behind
with my
taking the photos?
with my grandparents in the background? They were just doing their own thing.
Yep.
But
Oh,
like
that's fair.
they understood. We had to, it's all about the gram. You had to get the shots for the gram.
It's all about the gram, hey?
Yeah.
Well, see, you're more social media adept than I am. I'm a bit of a retard when it comes to that.
I'm not amazing, but that's the way the world's going. So
Well, it's true. It's why we started the podcast. So it's a really good opportunity. Probably one of the worst things for me is I'm really good face to face.
so am I.
Keeping in
yes.
contact with people is really difficult,
Yeah.
especially people overseas. So it's nice. It's nice to talk to people overseas or catch up with someone out of state and say, "Oh, I've already heard that story you told on the podcast."
Yeah.
So
no,
it's
it is
refreshing.
good. I'm a great pen pal.
Yeah.
I'm a great pen pal. in
You've
terms
only wrote me one love letter.
Was it a love letter or
How
was it
many-
just a letter?
I've got to pull it up. It's in that book somewhere. I'll read it later. It's quite funny.
The letter, yeah.
Yeah.
We've written a couple of letters to each other. It's
I
a
think-
lost art. It's a lost art letter writing.
I can't
think.
spell though,
Neither can I.
and you're a teacher.
I am. And English
Hmm.
as well.
What do you do when you're marking the reports? Do you look on?
If a word
On
looks
Google?
if a word looks weird, I'll have to I
Mm-hmm.
Google it and then I write the correction.
Yep.
You
And
kind of get a vibe if it doesn't look right.
that's true. A little birdie told me that you're on Tinder and Bumble these days.
Disabled. It's
Why?
deleted already. Nah.
Why?
It was just if you will, a little social experiment for the podcast.
How so?
Just to
Because I saw you on there. I'm on Tinder and Bumble. I'm happily single, ready to mingle.
yeah.
I'm a single
Well,
man.
I'm a face to face girl, like you were saying before. I find it really awkward to speak to people, and I don't know how they the vibe like that spark really happens when you meet someone in person straight away. You can feel it, and online, it's like I don't know how you speak. I don't know what your voice sounds like. I don't know what you really look like. I don't know if we're gonna.
Well, you do. You can see their photos.
I know, but sometimes that's not enough, and sometimes people are taking real great photos. We know that online world is not reality. You look at my Instagram and it's all colorful and looking fabulous, and then you
Okay.
see me in my everyday life and it's just
Hey, you look fine. You look
and
fine.
it's just normal.
Good looking girl. You're a good looking young girl out in the wild, wild world. Let's have a look. I'm going to pull you up on Instagram right now.
Oh, here we go.
Let's have a look, eh? Where are you? It's Bella, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. So, there you go. You're
There
stuck
she
in
is.
the, what does it say? We will all laugh at gilded butterflies. What's a gilded butterfly?
That is actually a quote from The Tempest, I believe, a Shakespearean play, and it kind of means that it's like people putting up masks and facades, and then,
Do you put up a mask?
No, I think I try not to, but I think that was like a poke at the whole, it's a posy shot, it's Instagram, and it's like, we all put on a fake facade, or like, try to give our best version of ourselves when we're showing, and sometimes not always the true self.
Yep, this is fun. So for our listeners, we've got a TV set up. We've now pretty much extended the studio to the whole apartment. We've got a TV here, and I've got Isabella's Instagram pulled up, and I'm just siphoning through her photos. So for her, it must be quite awkward. But for me, what's going on here? You can't really play tennis, but
I absolutely
it's a
can
very
play tennis
very sexual pose, this one.
with the tennis racket. Yeah.
Yes. That's the money shot right there. 106 likes.
It's not great.
I like it.
It's not great.
What's this one? Where are you going into your Mercedes here? Your hair looks nice and well done.
Thanks.
What else we got here?
I think it's funny because
What the hell? What's this shot? What is this?
That's the shoot that I was
What is
talking
this
about.
shot
My grandparents are right behind.
Bloody hell. If you want... Young kids are going to be masturbating over you with that.
Okay. All right.
How many
Let's
How
get
many of
down.
your students
None
do you have on
I'm
Instagram?
Private. I'm on private.
You're on private?
Yeah.
How many of your friends do you reckon have masturbated to this photo?
I don't know.
Do you have any lesbian friends?
Yep.
Do
I
you?
do.
Do you reckon they've...
I hope so.
Would you ever go there?
If they were like really gorgeous, as I've said, sexuality is on a fluid, ever-changing flux. So yeah.
I'm not for that. Though.
But what I think is interesting, the fact that you're pulling up these photos and talking about Tinder.
Yeah.
I actually, when creating my
yes, that's what we're talking about. Yes.
creating my profile, I sent my photos to my best friend and her boyfriend, and her boyfriend.
Who's your best friend? Call her out.
Tegan McCarty. Hey, babe.
Tegan, hello.
Yeah. So she's been telling her boyfriend everything about me. So when I'm talking to her boyfriend, it's like talking to Tegan because he is been completely informed about my entire life.
Yep.
Including romantic life.
Your struggles.
All of it. He knows
Yep.
it all.
It
So
happens.
I sent my photos over. She's like, send me your photos because you made this profile. And he was looking through them. And he, from a boy's perspective, was like, you need to get rid of that shot. You need more photos with your friends in it. You need more less modelly shots or posy shots and more whatever, natural shots. And I was like, okay, because you think you want to put your best self out there. So you put your most, perfect shots
That's
out.
what you. So that's the difference between you and I, right?
Yes.
Is if number one, if I see 5 photos with all your friends, I'm out because I don't know who you are.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like
No?
putting, it's my profile, so I'm obviously just going to put photos of me. But it was funny that just after having that conversation about what he thought photos I should put on and off, then I was I had a Tinder match.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually an accidental match,
Why was it accidental?
because I accidentally
Oh
swiped
no,
the
look,
wrong
but
way.
I just sit there on these ones.
What, yes to everybody?
Yeah,
Oh, that's not fun.
it's like that.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm no to everybody.
Yeah, but-
Sometimes a cute one will pop up and I'm like, whoops, swiped no because I'm just in the rhythm.
But it depends.
No,
It depends though. If you can go back, can't you, on Tinder? If you
Nah.
Oh, you can't.
Not if you're
on
not
Bumble,
paying.
you can. Bumble, you shake it.
Oh,
I only
yeah,
learned
but
that the other day.
I'm not shaking. I don't want anybody to come back.
No,
But it
Jeez,
was just
very
funny.
Selective.
Yes, that's what I mean. This is why I'm not really on it. It was just kind of just a test to see what's going on out there.
So
to see.
what I find these days is, especially with Tinder, you have to talk as a man. It's traditional. You've got to talk first, right?
Yeah.
But these days, women are pushing so hard to be equal in the workplace, have equal rights, to be even superior to men sometimes with this big movement of feminism and all this stuff. Why aren't chicks just going, hey, let's meet up, give me a number, let's hang out?
I mean, it does happen. That's like Bumble. You got to speak
Would you have,
first.
no, but it's usually just hey
Hey.
or whatever. It's
Yeah.
hey, something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. And then you just talk back. So for me, this is what needs to happen is if you don't like, I'll give you some advice. If you don't like doing the texting, which I can't stand, I'm the worst, one of the worst text messages on the planet, and you are one of the worst as well.
Yeah.
We're pretty bad together. Together we make half a person texting, whereas Abs is really good. And all I really talk on is my chats. I've got like a few WhatsApp chats.
Mm-hmm.
But just say, if you want to meet up with them and see if they're any good, you got the weekend, you got time off work, rather than sit at home or rather than be, I don't know, wondering what you're going to do in the day, get out, meet some blokes or some chicks.
Yeah. No, it's not really for me. I mean, there are some, I think it's funny seeing the way people try and engage a conversation with you.
Yep.
And what works and what doesn't work.
Yep.
But in terms of like the photos, I had someone being like, your photos are like critiquing them as the way they started talking to me. Like, this is not good. This is too much. And I was like, geez, all right, thank you.
Yes, better have a big penis.
Yeah.
Better have a
And
big
yeah, I think
penis.
it's funny how people like approach starting a conversation with you online. when
Like
they've never met you
give us
before.
some examples.
All right, let's look at a good one. So I had one said, I'm going to try and guess the filter in your last pic. Amaro? ?
Oh.
Didn't respond.
I don't
Didn't
mind that
respond.
one.
It wasn't bad, but I didn't respond. And then he wrote, might try this again. Hey, Isabella, what's up?
What was the time frame of that though? Did you not reply and he replied later, or was that at the
I
same
didn't
time?
reply at all. So he wrote back like literally a bunch of days later.
So he's keen.
Yeah. Then
Or
I
he's
had
pissed.
someone else say, hey, your hair is stunning. How's your day going? Nice. But then you also have people who say things like this. This is a personal fave. So Isabella, I moved to London mid-August and was wondering what my current chances out of 10 are with having some fun with you in the bedroom.
There's a lot of that going around.
And
What did you
obviously
say?
Didn't even write back.
Oh, come! You got to hear me. son.
I don't even engage in this.
Come
I don't
on,
even
you
talk.
gotta engage.
Nah, I can't. I don't like it. So anyways, it's gone, disabled. I'm off.
Oh, you're out, are you?
I'm out. It was really just to see what how people are interacting online.
So how do you meet people then? What's your style? How do you go about meeting people if you're busy? So we've all got busy lives these days. Everyone's working more hours than ever. Personally, I've got 2 jobs. I run this podcast without Abs. Back's very sore. And it's really hard to meet people unless you're out and about. You've only got a certain amount of time, couple of hours,
Yeah.
to go out and meet people. So
That's true.
how do you do that?
I don't know, work, random chance.
You can't meet people at work. You're a teacher. You can't have sex with students.
Okay, I'm not talking
That's
about
illegal?
students. I'm talking about teachers.
Other teachers?
Yep.
Yep.
Or just I don't know, go out at night.
Where's your stomping ground?
I don't have a stomping ground.
No.
No.
Mine used to be Scuba.
That's the worst place.
Monday nights at Scuba.
Is that where they race crabs?
Oh, yeah.
That
There's 2 places.
That's like the backpackers sort of.
You're damn right it is. That was my old stomping
that's
ground.
That's your.
Well, because when I got back from
who you
travelling, I found Australian
You want all
women
the
really
foreigners.
boring.
100%. When you come back, Australia just seems lame. It's not. It's beautiful. I was at the Opera House the other
Opera
day.
House.
Opera House
Yep.
the other day, and it's gorgeous. Like the view we have and everything around us is actually beautiful. But yeah, if you live anywhere for a long time, you get over it, and it loses its.
Oh, no. To be honest,
magic.
I love Sydney. There's nothing like flying. And there's 2 places that are really good to fly into. One's New York, the concrete jungle, flying over Manhattan. That's a stunning view at night and at day. But I recommend doing it at night. It is unbelievable. You've done it before.
Doing what?
Flying to New York.
Yeah, the view of the skyline.
Yeah, do you
And,
do it
like,
at night?
Yeah, and I've also done the helicopter ride in the day.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, stunning.
You got heaps of cash, so you can do whatever you want.
Nah, I got taken on a date.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
That was the best.
Helicopter ride?
Yeah.
What? I want to meet a rich chick that does that
Oh,
for me.
I had this person I met in New York. We're still really
Still
good
flames?
friends. We're still really best friends. He's
So when you say best friends, does that
Good
mean
friends.
you're going to be intimate, or does that mean
No.
So
We're
you
just good
you
friends.
friend zoned him?
No, it's like he's with somebody else now.
Is that
Chance
is that
gone.
bad for you? Is that bad for him? What happened there?
It fizzled. It fizzled because it's actually like the best story ever of like the dates we went on in my time in New York. It was like the most amazing dates I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
And it was a really fun time. But like when someone's like, I want to date you and you're overseas and you're about to go back home in a month, it wasn't like, so for me, I was like, let's just keep it like as friends. And then I went home and
You can still have a long distance relationship.
I don't like those. I'm a very like lovey person and I want to be able to hug.
You're very touchy. Most women are touchy.
I like hugging. So yeah. I can't. It'll be sad to not be there with that person all the time.
Well, if he's loaded, he'll just fly. He can just fly to Australia every now and then.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
he flew
but
to
it was
Australia to see you.
Yeah, but it was But it was like.
And what happened there?
Late. By that right before he left for his trip, he met somebody else. So now they're together.
Damn.
I know.
He might have moved here for you. Who knows? You should have said, I want to date you. You could be happily married.
I could have.
2 kids.
You know who I am? Actually, I'm Good Luck Chuck. I'm Good Luck Chuck. So, gentlemen out there, if you want to find your true love, date me for 10 minutes and then you'll find your true love.
Don't message us saying, do you want to have some fun in the bedroom?
Yeah, you're not
Because you
going to
won't
get a
reply.
response.
So you've got to say something witty and smart to say, hey, let's meet up. I don't even know what I'd say to you if I met you on Tinder.
Yeah. Well, I popped up. You found out because
I found you on both.
Yeah? And what did you do? Did you swipe yes or no?
I laughed.
Did you swipe?
No, I took a screenshot.
So but you have to make a decision
No, I
to
didn't.
move on.
Yeah, I think I flicked you off.
You swipe me no.
Well, I know you. I don't need to swipe right. Why
But
would I
it's
swipe
funny.
right?
It's
Why would
funny
that
to
be
swipe yes and then be like, hey.
It's
found
funnier.
ya.
It's funnier that you don't know that I've seen you.
But I do because the
Well, I
first
told
thing
you.
you said to me was like, found ya.
I know, 100%. It's great.
I never found you. I swiped trying to find you because I thought it'd be funny.
Oh, you were looking for me, were you?
Yeah. After you said you swiped me, I was like, I have not come across anybody.
Just send me a photo on. Just send me not a photo.
I had
But you can
someone
send a photo
else.
if you
I had
like.
someone else I know contact me. They were like, they said found you.
Who?
Oh, just a person, random person
Go on.
that
Who?
I used to hang out with.
Who?
And they're like, found you, but you won't hang out with me, but you're like on Tinder.
Who was it? You want to call him out?
Nah.
Why not? Would I know him?
No. But it's just funny how, you see a lot of people, I think I was like working at my fish shop and I think I saw someone that I like swiped no to come in. I think it's just crazy how much, because I've literally only had it for 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
1 week. And in that 1 week of time, it's amazing to think how many people have like seen your face.
Well, for you, it's different. For me, for men, it's a little different because we're just swiping, just fishing.
Yeah.
Whereas you literally get a swipe every time. Guys will be swiping every time. So imagine how many guys are on Tinder swiping on the same chick, and then you've got to go through and filter it all because everything will be a match.
Yeah.
Did you find that?
I find if I swipe anybody, it's a match.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's like, you get one every now and then. You're like, oh, that's good. You just send a message. But it's all about meeting people. It's just about meeting people.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I obviously like doing it in person a lot better. I find when you're overseas, you're most meetable version of yourself. Like you're very out there and you're open to meeting new people because you potentially like don't have anybody with you. Every time I'm alone in New York, or anywhere I go, I find like I'm just making new friends all the time. Whereas here, I'm comfortable, so I don't.
I'm fine here.
Yeah, well, I'm comfortable and I have my already established friends. So I'm like, I don't feel like I need to go out exploring for new friends or people. But when you're overseas, you do.
Yeah.
But you should. I should be out there
But
meeting people.
that's the beauty of life. There's so many people out. There's 25 million people in Sydney. There's 5 million people there's 5 million people in Sydney, 25 million people in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, out of, I'd say 1% of those are fuckwits. So then you take out 250,000 that you don't want to meet.
Quick math.
Another half of those are chicks, and you're not a lesbian yet, so I'd probably take out another half. So it leaves you with about 12.25 million to meet men.
Yep.
Now it depends what your age demographic is. What's your age demographic?
24.
What's the oldest you'll go?
33.
Okay, so you've got what, 8 years? 9 years. You got a 9-year age bracket, and then you have. So let's say there's about 1 million people that you can meet in Australia.
And I've met 0.
You're killing it. You're killing it though. If anyone wants to take Isabella out on a date, just send me a private message. I'll flick it on. Give me a number. Give me a name. Give me your best selfie. And I'll send it through.
No.
Let's start a dating.
No.
This would be your dating podcast.
No.
We'll check in with you monthly.
I don't need dates. I
Yeah,
go
you
on
do.
dates.
Everyone needs a date. Makes you feel good. It's nice to hang out with people that appreciate your time.
I've been going on dates. I'm a very dateable gal.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're going to find you a husband.
I don't need one. I need,
Your clock's ticking, Dal.
Oh, don't start with that. I want to establish my career.
Yep. What's your career going to be eventually?
Oh, just famous pop star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you going to do
An
if this
actress.
podcast becomes famous and I'm more famous than you are?
Oh, we've talked about this, and I know that you just are desperate to have that happen.
Not really.
So you can just be like, throw it in my face.
No, I wouldn't throw it in your face. I'd say, do you want to come back on the podcast? But
We're super famous.
But our studio's in New York now. Sorry, you're gonna have to fly there. We've got you some tickets. You can fly out and meet
Oh,
us.
well, if you're paid for my ticket.
No,
to fly
I'll
over-
just bill you later.
No, there's no billing. You're famous now.
No, I don't want to be famous. I think it loses the beauty of what this is. If you become too absorbed in yourself and you realize what this is about. This whole podcast is just about getting people down and having a conversation with someone without phones, just having a conversation, seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing we're losing. We're losing that connection as humans.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like the whole point of like the thing that we were, about online meeting people. It's like you're losing those interactions in person.
Yeah, well, kids these days, you look at kids they'll be at dinner and they all got their phones, their iPads or whatnot. Just put it down, have dinner.
Yep.
I'm old school. I'm just old school like that.
Well, I feel like my date etiquette is if I'm on a date with somebody, you don't touch your phone. And if my phone rings or I need to look at my phone, I'm like, sorry, do you mind if I quickly check? But If I'm with
emergency?
somebody, if it's an emergency, it's different.
Yeah.
I'll check who it is. Like I'll look at my phone and see, okay, it's this person, but I won't answer it. I'll never be on my phone
Yeah.
while I'm on a date with somebody. I just don't think it's.
What would you do if they were on their phone?
That's fine. You can be on your phone.
If I was on my phone, would you pick your phone up and do the same thing?
So I don't look like a fool just sitting there watching you speak. Sometimes, yeah.
Like if I'm like this, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Would you have your phone up?
I don't think I would. No. I think I would just try harder to get you to put yours down with my stimulating conversation. Is what I would do.
Are you stimulating my mind or are you stimulating my penis? What are you doing with that conversation? Are you doing both?
Oh, it can be both. No, it's going to be mind. Always mind.
Yep. Mind over matter.
Yeah.
It's hard for men sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We're very prehistoric creatures and we're not as smart socially.
That's true.
Yeah. Which sucks. I wish I had the same intuition that women had socially. It'd be so much easier for men. We're literally retarded.
Yeah. Well, not all of you.
Although we're pretty dogged, and the good thing about men is once we see something that we like, and once we get we're focused on something, we don't stop till we get it. We're pretty good like that. That's why a lot of inventors are men. I hate to be it's not really sexist, but a lot of the guys who fascinated themselves and dedicated their life to doing something, one thing, could be one thing their whole life,
Yep.
and they spent 50, 60 years doing it, they finally do it, and they just go, and they die. So, whereas women have to do so many different things.
Yeah.
I guess-
Scatterbrain.
Wow.
There's 100 thoughts going through our head at one time.
What are you thinking now?
100 things.
Yeah?
It's hard to channel them into one sentence.
Into
but
words?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about much, to be honest.
No?
My brain doesn't really do much. Although I do, to be honest, I like being social, but I do like being by myself too.
Yeah.
I think that's where you can process. It's where I like to run. I like to run in the bush and stuff like that because I get to be by myself and just be out there and just switch off.
I like my moments, but I also like being with people all the time.
Well,
But it's gotta be
you've got
with-
sisters.
Yeah. It's because I'm not used to not being alone. Does that make sense? Yeah.
When are you going to move out?
Never.
Well, you got a mansion. Your room's the size of this apartment, so you're doing well.
Nah.
Have you got an ensuite in your room?
No.
I've never seen your room.
And you never will.
That's fair. You seen mine. You walked into mine the other day.
Yeah.
You were nude too.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Out in the internet now. Sorry, guys.
not true information.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the room is a person's room is a very like intimate space.
Well, for you, you're in your room a lot, right?
Yep.
I'm not. So I believe the room's just for sleeping and horizontal dancing. That's it. And I do a little bit
But
of
exactly
bit
that.
of work in there.
Exactly. So when people come over, you don't sit in your room because there's just like an energy already.
No, it's not an energy. It's pretty simple.
Well, I don't bring.
Do you have a TV in your room?
No,
No,
I don't like
neither.
it.
No.
It's like the wind down space.
Yeah. But you have your phone.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think you spend on your phone a day?
Probably 5.
5.
Do you reckon? No, that's too
5
much.
hours.
Well, no, not 5 hours, but like, on and off throughout the entire day, you'll probably check it for like,
And if
half
you didn't,
an hour.
if you didn't have your phone, for the day, how would that make you feel?
Well, you know
Do you
what?
get anxiety?
No. Yesterday, I didn't touch my phone once. I literally put my phone away yesterday, and it was, and my parents had left, and I had missed 2 calls from them at the airport. I was like, oops. Yeah.
They just call you.
It was
your
nice
sisters.
though. I like having that time, but I don't. If I'm bored and I have nothing to do or stimulate me, then I'm like searching for the phone. The phone is always there as like a.
So that's where you could be out on a date with one of our listeners.
Yep.
Testing it out. I reckon we do it.
No.
I reckon we do it.
What?
We're going to start every week filtering some dates for you. So I'll do the filtering. Me and Abs will do it, and we'll give you one a week.
I'm gonna have.
How
to
cool would that be?
decline.
You can't hard pass this. This is a non-negotiable. This is
great.
This is part of your contract here. How fun would that be? That'd be heaps of fun.
You picking my dates?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can just imagine who I'll end up with.
Who do you reckon I'd put on you? Who do you reckon I would put you on a date with?
Well, if you were trying to punish me and be hilarious.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'll be dead serious.
You'll be dead serious. I don't know. Someone.
Who's your ideal date? Who do you want to date? So just give me. I'm going to write this down. So I've got a pen and paper here. Give me a couple of points.
I like someone who's smart.
Smart. And what's smart to you?
Smart is being able to articulate your thoughts and be able to well spoken, have some knowledge of, or an awareness of the world around you and how to how to talk about that and yeah.
Yep. Anything else? Or are we just going with smart? So you want me to just find some smart people and that's it?
Funny. I like funny too.
Yep. Sounds a lot like me, this. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. And
Good
so
personality.
it's super interesting when you talk about this. I think we talked about it the other night.
Mm-hmm.
For men, one of the first things we look at is looks.
Yep.
That's what we do. It's what men look at. But for women, it's not like that. So you didn't even mention good looking, anything like that. But it's further down your list than it is. So your first thing was smart. Because if you ask me, for me, it wouldn't be smart.
It'd be hot.
No, I'd just say attractive.
Yeah.
But attractive to me is different to attractive to you and attractive to someone else.
Do you mean physically attractive or just attractive as a person?
Well, you have to be physically attractive for me. So my brain does a subconscious analysis of you and goes, yep, I want to have kids with you. That's just what men's brains do.
Yep.
And your brain will go, can he support me? Can he provide for our kids? And is he good socially?
Maybe that's happening on a subconscious level.
Yeah, that's unconscious.
Yeah. Because, for me, no. And I think for everybody, it's you have to be attracted to that person first. And then once you have that first initial interaction with that person, if they don't tick the other boxes, smart or stimulating conversation or
so if someone was
be able
good
to
looking,
interact with you, then it gets really boring really fast.
Yeah, if someone was good looking, how many dates are you going to go on with them? And they could just be bark. They could be so boring. Boring is batshit.
It's hard because the good lookingness will keep them around for longer.
Yeah.
But if they weren't as good looking, then you'd cut them quick because being boring is so hard. I can't sit there and control all of the conversation and carry all the conversation. It's draining. It's too hard.
That's how I feel all the time, my whole life.
Yeah, I feel that same way too. Well, I feel like I'm a very talkative person, so I am always doing a lot of the carrying.
Yep.
I'm letting you carry today.
No, you're talking just fine. This isn't my podcast. This is yours.
Oh, before it was your podcast, though.
Oh, look, I own this podcast.
Yeah, okay.
So.
So I think that, and that has happened, recently. You go out with people and they are attractive and you have a good time. But if conversation wears thin and you're sitting in your mind thinking, what am I going to say next? That is the worst thing that can happen when you're hanging out with somebody.
Well,
which it will happen on occasion, but if I'm talking something that happens continuously.
Do you find that now? I found I used to be like that when I was younger. When you're young and you don't really know who you are, you're trying to make the conversation flow in an organic way, but it feels unnatural. Whereas when you're a little bit older, I could talk underwater with my mouth full of marbles, to be honest.
I know.
Sell ice to Eskimos if you want.
Mm-hmm.
They all need ice. Need it for your esky. But now, it's different. It's different now. It's completely different. I don't do that. I never process in my head what I'm going to say. I never try and make it organic. If it flows a certain direction, it flows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if it dies out, it dies out.
Yeah, but if it dies out, that's not great.
Who cares?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it dies out, then you move on.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously you're not going to be able to engage in conversation with that person for the rest of your life if you can't do it on one date.
But if they're
2
attractive,
dates,
you
3
can.
days. Nah, but guess what fades?
For men get better with age. Women, unfortunately, sorry.
Oh, it's the
Clock's
sad,
ticking, babe.
sad truth. You what?
Clock's ticking, babe.
Oh, don't put time limits on me.
Oh, that's funny. You think about that too much. Women think about that too much.
They do.
There'll be an anti-aging shot that you get in 10 years' time.
10 years. I need it now so I can
No, you get it in
not reach
10
the
years.
10 years look.
Make you look 20 again.
Mm.
What do you reckon is the best age for women?
I reckon women,
Do you reckon you're in your best age now?
probably. Women get like real good looking in like early 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Early 30s, late 20s is like.
Well, you don't have
kind
any
of-
crow's feet. You're pretty attractive.
Thank you.
You're an attractive young woman.
Thank you.
Well, are you young, middle-aged?
Middle aged is a stretch.
Attractive middle-aged woman? Yeah.
Late 20s. Let's say late 20s.
Okay.
Um,
What, are you living to 60? You're almost halfway there.
if I die at 60, then I'm middle aged.
I'll be dead by then.
Probably with all the way you live your life.
Burn the candle at
Outrage,
both ends.
yeah.
Burn the candle at both ends. Yep.
What were we just saying?
You were talking about the best age for
Yeah,
women.
I think early 30s, 25 and up. I feel like I've between 25 and like 33, you're looking real crisp. Because you're like matured. You've kind of stepped out of that that phase where
you
you're
think
still
you're mature?
working out. I mean, no. But I mean physically.
Do you think you're funny?
I'm hilarious.
Yeah. Who tells you that?
Myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Funnier than you at least.
Yep. Well, we know that's not true.
Okay. We're still going to test that out.
Yep.
In a crowd.
Pretty funny.
But yeah, I think that's when women are the best. Because
Mm-hmm.
I look back at my photos of me when I'm like
Yeah, I'm not
in
into
high
it.
school to like 23. I'm like, who
But
was dressing you?
big tits when you were that age.
Yeah.
They were
Okay.
really big.
Yeah, and they shrink as you get older.
Do they? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It just happens. Until you have a baby, then they go bam again.
it's true. I haven't had a baby, so I wouldn't know.
Neither have I, so I can't tell you. I don't know.
I don't have any kids in the world.
No.
I have it. Don't.
Well, not that you know of.
Well, you can't because you haven't.
I
given birth
definitely
to one.
don't. Nothing's come out.
Whereas I might. Who knows? Nah, I'm pretty selective. It's a nice water, that.
Yeah. You
Okay.
are selective. So what if you're so selective, what is on the dating scene for
There
Nathan
is
right
no,
now?
there is none at the moment. It's I've got a lot of people I hang out with and spend time with because I appreciate their company, and they know who they are.
Mhm.
Don't need to spell them out. But yeah, I've really only got 2 days a week or 3 days a week these days because I work my full-time job. I've got this podcast which takes a bitch to edit,
Mhm.
and I enjoy spending time with my family. So for me, and I'm really happy I fell on this. The first thing when I wake up in the morning is if I've got some spare time, what are my cousins doing? What's my sister doing? What's my niece doing? The second thing will be like, okay, then I can hang out with my mates or get a girl around or something like that. I don't know. Or go out to dinner
Yep.
because family's first, and it should always be first. It's one of my big focuses in my life at the moment, which is good. I stumbled across it because it never used to be that way, or it used to be, but not as prioritized wasn't prioritized as high as it is now.
Yeah.
Which is good, And my cousins, Luke, Brendan, Patrick, we spent a lot of time together, me and the three of them. Although Brendan did disappear to Canada for a week, we didn't know where he was.
He's
Hashtag pray for Brendan. Hashtag pray for Abs. Hashtag where are they both? We miss you guys.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
They'll be
They'll
back.
find their way back.
Well, Brendan's back. I saw him yesterday. We were playing beer pong.
There
We
you
were playing beer pong here, and then I went to work drunk.
go. Wow.
Hmm.
Very responsible 20.
We started at
20-year-old.
11 here playing beer pong.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to Highfields, and we have a
That's
punters.
meant to be really beautiful.
It's the best. We have
Yeah.
a punters club, so we go down to the sports bar.
Yep.
Bet on the horsies.
Mm-hmm.
Had a few wins, had a few losses, had a few beers.
Yep.
Then I got a lift down to Northies, and I went into Northies pissed. I was blind. But then I came sober, and I just had some waters, and I was good to go.
Got your lemon water, feel rejuvenated.
I do that all the time at work. I make the best lemon lime bitters you'll ever see.
Really? What do you do that's different to what other people do?
So the recipe to lemon lime bitters
Yep.
is bitters, of course,
Mhm.
but you rim the glass, then you roll the glass so the bitters goes to the whole glass.
Yep.
Most people won't do that. Then you got to go and throw your ice in, obviously. Then you throw some lime cordial, some lemonade, but
Yep.
you do half lemonade and then you do half lemon squash.
Right.
That's the key.
You hear that, audience? That's the trick.
Lemon squash.
Nathan is available
Or solo.
for any bartending gigs that you might have. He
Okay.
makes a mean lemon lime bitters.
I'll tell you what, one of the best bartending gigs I ever had was a strip show back in the day at Janelli Inn. There was like me and this guy Brad Griefy. He's a legend griefer, good fisherman. I think he's a marine biologist now. A lot smarter than I am. There you go. Oh no, he's engaged. Sorry, damn. But we used to work in the bar upstairs. There was a function room upstairs where we used to work, and there was this strip show on, a male strip show, and they're all girls in there. I have never seen girls get hornier in my life than when a man strips for them.
It's
It
exciting
was
stuff.
unbelievable.
I've never seen a male strip show.
Yeah.
Sounds riveting. I've seen a woman strip show or
Yeah,
like gone
I've
to a
seen a
strip
few of
club.
them.
Was scarred.
Why?
It was a pretty dirty one that I was at.
Where'd you go?
I was in the Cross. It wasn't Butterbean, it was another
Porkies?
one. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty full on.
Yep.
There was a full on fat,
That's
massive guy sitting at the edge of the stage, and
Keep
then just
throwing
a
money?
lady with the splits in front of him, just doing some crazy stuff.
Well, some people got to pay
But
for it.
where did I go? In Queensland,
Mhm.
went to a strip show, and they were just so fit and incredible. I was just like, wow.
Was it the pole dance?
Yeah, the pole dancers.
Yeah, right.
They're just like goals. They're
Mm.
amazing. Although I went to the doctors the other day.
Why don't you do a pole dancing class then?
I'd love to. I think it'd be really fun. It's actually really good exercise. Builds your upper strength, body strength. But it's funny, I went to the doctors the other day about my knee because I have a bad
The gynecologist. And you went for your knee. Why didn't you just get your vagina checked out?
I went for my bad knee.
Yep.
And I said, look, is this going to be able to get back to normal? I need it to be because I'm a performer. And the doctor was like, are you a stripper?
Did you go, yes?
And I just lost it.
Did you
I was
say
like,
yes?
no, I do like acting and singing. And he was like, I've been called out twice this week for strippers. And I was like, I guess they need medical help too.
They do.
Dare I say more than anyone else.
Well, maybe athletes.
Yeah. Oh, well, they're athletic and, a
Mm.
bit saucy. So maybe they're needing like both sides of the spectrum there for medical help. But yeah, so that was hilarious. I was like, no, I'm not a high school teacher moonlighting
They're
as a
interesting
stripper.
people, strippers, to hang out with. They're very interesting,
Have you
actually.
hung out with many?
I have hung out with a few.
And what
No,
what
it's just
can you
that
share?
they're
light
so
on how
used to
they-
being told how good looking they are, how sexy their body is, and being sleazed on that
Yeah.
you just get to them on a different level. They just want to chat. Most of them just want to chat.
Just have a nice clean. I remember I
Go and
actually
have a
got
beer,
into
have a chat.
a deep chat with one of the ladies
Mm.
at a strip joint. And yeah, just happy to be not being cracked onto and having like a nice.
Well, you got to remember as well is they work in an industry that's at night. So when you finish, it's like being a bartender or working at night. It's really hard to switch off. At the time when you should be at your deepest sleep, when you should be resting like most people do,
Mhm.
you're out there dancing and you're
shaking
pumped
your
up, the
butt.
adrenaline's going because
Yeah.
you're doing something you're doing it in front of people, you're performing. You know what performing is like,
Yeah.
especially on a pole because apparently you're a stripper these days. How's that career going? Going good?
Everyone's telling me I should.
Well, on Tinder, I'm sure there are a few people asking you to strip for them.
Oh my god.
Do you send any nudes?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, did I see nudes or send nudes?
Both.
No.
Oh, you
I've
didn't
never
get-
sent a nude.
You didn't get
ever.
any dick pics?
Nah.
Damn.
People keep it clean for me,
Damn.
which is good. Don't do that.
All right, gents. So when you go on a date with, when we select you for a date with Isabella, just a key one there, no dick pics. You can send balls, but no dick. You can do ball pics, just one ball at a time, please.
Yeah, basketball, soccer balls. That's
Testicles. There's not, honestly, a penis and balls are disgusting.
They're not pretty.
Like,
I'd rather a face shot of them smiling. I'd be
Yeah.
like, wow, look at this face shot. So
Yeah.
lovely.
not just here's my erect penis. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
It's rock solid.
Have you ever sent a dick pic before?
I have, yeah. A couple of times.
Really? Recently? In
Nah.
the past?
Oh,
6 months? Have you sent a dick
probably.
pic?
No, me probably.
No way.
Probably.
And what was the response? Was it
I
a good
have no
response?
issue being nude though. Like I really don't have
I
an
know
issue
you
being
don't. I know
nude.
you run around the place nude all the time.
Yeah.
But to actually take a photo and send it to somebody.
Yeah, well, you're in the heat of the moment. Could be
That's-
sexting each other. You could be talking. Could get a bit saucy.
Okay.
And you just do it.
So that's what's been happening. You're having
Yeah.
saucy text conversations. And
I have a couple. I've had a couple before in my time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good fun. There's nothing fun. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
part of life.
I not big on
Sexting.
no, not sexting, but sending photos.
Who cares?
Nah, because you don't know this technology and like the world where it's going. It's just like it's not safe.
Just send a Snapchat.
Have you
man.
watched? You've watched Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's my favorite show ever.
Yeah, you know that episode I'm talking about.
Which one?
The phone episode. What's that called? Where they've got themselves videoed doing like compromising things.
Oh, he's a pedophile. That bloke's a pedophile at the end. Spoiler. Is that one?
Yeah, the kid is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
When
was
he has to do all these things, and then
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end he gets good
Yeah.
because he's a fucking pedo. But it's a good idea that one.
Great
the best
show.
idea on that show, and the worst execution was the social media when they had to rate each other.
Yes.
You know they're going to trial that somewhere. I think it's Korea.
It is. It's in China. It's already
It's
happening.
China.
Yeah, it's already happening. You're getting being allowed to have loans and being certain opportunities and certain.
It's like your credit score.
Yeah, exactly. Except it's based on how you are as a person, based on your social media, profile and how well you are and how well you act in society. Because in those countries, there's so many people that
It's
you're not
billion.
able to. The police aren't actually able to police that many kids. I use police as a verb, as a noun, but
The government.
yeah, the government aren't able to police that many people. So it's like the people start policing for each other
Okay.
by monitoring each other's social interactions.
I'm
And that's
done.
exactly what that episode is online.
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea of the episode. I just
I don't.
don't like
I-
the execution. I didn't like the execution of the episode.
I thought it was fine. I just don't like that idea because it just really hinders you from acting the way you would want to really act. And that's what that whole episode shows you.
Yeah, but you know, one of the things
Or it's like stifles your individuality, I think.
yes
A little
and no, and that's fine. So I think that you can be your real self. But I live a mask at my job. I have to be professional. You have to adhere to code of conduct every day of your life. So you can't be your real self and say what you really think all the time because you're getting paid by a government or you're getting paid by a private entity, and you have to abide by their code of conduct.
Yes.
Although that's a really boring topic conversation. You have to. And you can't be yourself. So when you're around your mates, everyone goes, fuck, you're so funny. That's great. You're like, well, I'm not like this at work.
Yeah, but what if your mates and what you were posting of you enjoying your time with your friends was a reflection of opportunities that you're allowed to get in your
Well, I
life?
don't post it.
But I'm saying if people were watching you
Yeah.
and
That's mad.
and collating all that information and being able to use that as a reason for you not to have certain opportunities.
It's
Then
coming,
I'm
but it's
saying
coming.
then your party self you'd be like watching how you act and interact with people because you don't know who's watching you or what they're going to do with that information of how you act. So
Yeah. Well,
in that sense, it's like, yeah, maybe my authentic self is being hindered because I'm being monitored the whole time and I have to have this,
Well, let's just be
persona
nice to
that's-
people.
well, yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing.
That's the
I
key is
think
to be
being,
nice.
being polite is always a good thing.
Just be nice. Like, what's the worst thing about having a conversation with someone that you never would? Some of the best conversations I ever had in my life were people that I never thought I'd talk to. Some of my best mates in my whole life are people that I never would have met if I wasn't forced into a scenario
Yeah.
where I just accepted it.
And what I love about that is the side of yourself that comes out when you're put in one of those situations talking to somebody you wouldn't really speak to. Like a side of your personality that you didn't know you had, or a conversation that you are having, you never thought you couldn't have created that conversation in your own head or ever imagined that conversation. And it's like really organic. I love that.
Well, and you've got it. It's part of being a chameleon. If you're good social and you're good talking, you can adapt.
And you're the biggest chameleon, aren't you?
I'm a massive
you're
nerd
big.
at heart. I'm a massive nerd at heart, but I can mingle with the big boys too. So
You look like a big nerd right now. You got your big glasses
yeah,
on.
I need them to see. I can't see otherwise. Got my hat on backwards, so it makes
Yeah,
me
so you're like a
badass.
cool nerd.
Yeah, I've done the fucking bit of both. No, but you'll meet people, and you meet people that are younger than you that might be a little bit socially awkward than you are, and it's your prerogative to make sure that you give them the time of day. Because everyone wants to hang with the cool kids. Everyone wants to hang with the bad boys. Everyone wants to be doing the best thing all the time, having loads of money, splurging it, doing whatever they want. Look at Dan Bilzerian. The reason he's so famous is everyone wants to be him.
I have no idea who that is.
You know the guy on Instagram? Dan Bilzerian with the beard? The
No.
poker player that has strippers around him all the time?
Oh, I think...
Flies around the world. He's got a
Okay.
jack body.
Nice.
Every bloke in the world, I don't care. You can say, yeah, I don't want to be him. You do.
You do.
Everyone does. Surrounded by beautiful women all day and doing whatever the fuck you want.
Mad.
Come on. Let's be honest here. And like Will Smith. Have you seen Will Smith's Instagram?
I love what he's doing right
The guy's
now.
an animal.
He's amazing.
He's a man.
He's like on this travel, self-discovery sort of...
But did you see his Kiki challenge?
No, I didn't see that.
Look
Is
at
it
this.
good?
Oh, it's hilarious. I'll pull it up for you.
But he talked about, I just watched you talk about this whole thing about failure is essential. Like you need to fail.
Yep.
And it was just, he's just so inspiring right now. And he's just being like an awesome guy.
What inspires him? What inspires you about Will Smith?
Well, he was talking about you need to fail because continuous failure, like being on the edge of succeeding is like failure. And I don't know, it's like, you should pull it up because he speaks some really good stuff.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Will Smith?
I don't know if he posted it on his Snapchat or on his Instagram.
Should we just look at yours again? Should we just look at your Instagram again? So he did a Kiki challenge. Let's have a look. Where is it? Somewhere here.
He's been everywhere, hasn't he?
I think this is it. Watch it. It's mad.
Where is
Wait
he?
till the very end. He's in France.
No way this is legal.
Watch this bit. This is fucking awesome. How good's the drone?
Oh my god.
How good's the drone though?
That is a gorgeous shot, isn't it?
But how mad is that? He does Instagram better than anyone else. That's awesome.
Oh, nice zoom out.
How good's that?
Woke up this morning in my feelings, and I was like, I gotta let him out.
How good is that, eh?
Nice. I like
And
that
he's had
last line.
18 million views.
That is
He's only been on Instagram for 6 months or something. Because he had where is it? Ellen goes, we're going to make you an Instagram account. It's still on his Instagram. And she goes, you need to have, let me pull him up. Fuck, you got a lot of photos. You need to have a duck face.
yes.
That's that one. Then he goes, you need a selfie. So
And
there's his
that's where it
selfie.
started.
You need a photo with a baby. So you got that.
Yeah.
And then you need a photo with food.
Classic. So he's hit the four.
Ellen
essentials.
started it
And
for
now
him.
he's gone.
He does it better than anyone.
Now he's just
Does it better than anyone I've
amazing.
ever seen. It's just,
Wow.
There you go. Social media genius. But you have a team. The thing is, you got to remember to have a team around him, helping
A
him
team
with
of
that.
Instagram helpers.
You'd have a team, yeah, for sure. Wouldn't you if you were that famous? How do you promote yourself?
I run mine all on my own.
Yeah, but if you were famous, let's say you were famous and you're acting, or let's say you're acting and you're busy.
There's famous people who are. I just was listening to Emrata. She's running her own Instagram at the moment.
Who's that?
Emrata, that hot model. She's gorgeous.
I don't know who she is.
You'll know as soon as you see it. She's running her own Instagram, and she was just talking about it this morning on Jimmy Fallon.
Karis sent me a
How
people
people think that she's not actually running her own thing, but they are.
Yep. What's
Yeah.
her name?
Emrata.
M. Rada. Is that it?
No, AT. They go back. It's TA.
Uh,
There she is.
that's her there.
Yeah.
M. Tree.
No.
Emrata.
The one with the little tick.
Oh shit! Sorry. Okay, what's she look like? Oh yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh yeah, I've seen her in this bikini. I've seen this. Yeah, she's pretty hot, isn't she? Where's she from? That's a big ring she has on her finger. Wow.
Yeah, she's married.
Bloody hell. She's pretty thin though.
Yeah.
She could use with a Macca's meal.
Yeah.
You know?
Or a big steak.
Just Macca's. I'm stalking her on Instagram now. She got some nice freckles.
Yeah, cute.
I like a few freckles. It's good.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I try to cover mine, but I do like the look of a few solid, cute freckles.
I've got freckles. I've got to take a piss break, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back. You happy with that?
I'm happy with that. Let's go.
I've had about 35 coffees. It's all right. Don't worry about it. And we're back. The piss break sponsored by Larry Klein. Not Larry Klein. Sponsored by Lady Hill Takeaway. That was good. How'd you get your overalls off?
It's just a full strip down, unclip,
That
unclip,
sucks.
down. Yeah. There are those moments, and girls out there will know the jumpsuit, overall situation when you're literally sitting on the toilet completely naked.
Take your time.
Just, because it's that onesie sort of vibe.
That's true. I've never worn a onesie. Wouldn't mind it.
Really? It's
Wouldn't
great.
mind it.
You don't have to think of what to match.
What we're going to do, we've got to do a quick sports all in. This is a male-dominated show, so we've got to do a quick sports all in. Rugby league. Who's your rugby league team, Isabella?
I couldn't even tell you one.
Okay, that's good.
No, I know the Knights.
The Newcastle Knights, hey?
Yeah.
That's good.
And I based that only on when I was a child, if the Knights versus the Parramatta Eels. And my mum said that if the Knights win, that I can go to the movies when I was 12.
Wow.
So from then on, when the Knights won, I got to go to the movies. So I was like, thank you, Knights, for that one game 12 years ago.
Fucking hell. Literally, how good's my phone freezing? We had a few, I think, let me just run it through quickly and see if I can remember who won this weekend. The Sharks lost to the Broncos, 10-12, 12-10. The Parramatta lost to Souths. I know that was good. And there were a few other teams in there that actually won. So who cares? Who cares about that? We'll move on from rugby league. In NFL, my man Tom Brady stormed out of a press conference because Alex Guerrero, his business partner. So Tom Brady has this thing called TB12, which is a wellness sort of, what is it? It's a wellness business. And Alex Guerrero is his trainer. And he's been linked, there's speculation linking him with Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman is one of his players. He took steroids and he's out for the first 4 games and Tom Brady stormed off. So, mate, my man Tom is the best player in the world. He's one of the best athletes I've seen. So, bring on the NFL season, in my opinion. I love it. Any sport that you've been watching?
I've been watching the tennis,
Yep,
the Wimbledon.
that's over.
Yep, that's as far as my sport.
That was over 3 weeks ago.
Yep, and from then on, there has been no sport
No sport.
interaction. Unless I'm playing it myself.
Okay. Quickly, so North Queensland beat Newcastle 2018. That was a good finish. Canterbury beat the West Tigers 16-4. It's a good result for Canterbury, who have been absolute diarrhea this year. It's been shocking. Manly, how they lost that game against Penrith, I will not know. Penrith scored 3 tries in 7 minutes or 4 tries in 7 minutes to win the game. South beat Parramatta 26-20. Melbourne pumped Canberra 44-10. And today we've got Gold Coast versus Warriors, Sydney versus St George Illawarra. That's a great game. Really good game, actually. And overnight in the rugby union, the Waratahs lost. They lost. What was their score? Let's have a look at this. Jeez, it's hard to get this right. They lost to the Lions 44-26. AFL, the Swannies lost. Unfortunately, they're on a bit of a slide in the AFL. In the cricket, Bangladesh beat the West Indies. What else have I got here? Formula One's in Hungary, my hometown. You beauty. That'll be good fun to watch. Baseball, Boston beat Minnesota 10-4. I think that's about it. That's our sports all in for that one. I'm done with sport. We can move on.
Thank goodness.
Yep. Sport's the best thing in the whole world.
If you're actually playing it, but I don't know. I'm not a big sports watcher unless it's like a big grand final.
Did you watch the World Cup final?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I said it's unless
Did you watch
it's
the Olympics?
only the fun stuff.
The sprinting?
Yeah.
Favorite? I don't watch the swimming now. I don't like the swimming.
Nah. I like watching the ice skating, the Winter Olympics, and the gymnastics. Gymnastics. I'm all in.
Yeah.
That's the good
They're
stuff.
tiny. Do you know the average gymnast is about 5'2"?
Yeah.
5'3"? That's
What
tiny.
am I, 5'4"?
You're not 5'4", eh?
I don't know. What do you think? 5'5"?
No. How tall do you think you are?
I don't know. 165 centimeters?
What am I, 186? I don't know. Let's have a look. Google.
Yeah, those gymnasts are little. They got to fling little bodies in the air.
They do.
They don't want to carry extra height and weight.
They do. That's very true. Google.
Love to be a gymnast.
I'd love to.
Although they get like tanked. Like
Yeah,
they are.
It's because they're so small.
Yeah,
That's
they're
why.
so ripped. I don't know how I feel about. I like a feminine body looking feminine.
Yes. Height. I didn't even spell that right. There we go. I need someone to do this for me. A gymnast. There we go. Exactly your height, 167. There you
Oh
go.
my god, my dreams can come true, everybody.
For men, it's 1 meter 55 centimeters. Or for women, so it's your height for men. So your height as a gymnast
for
for a man,
men.
and 1 meter 55 centimeters for women. That's
Oh,
tiny.
So I'm too tall for a woman gymnast.
Yeah, look at the size of these chicks. They're tiny.
They look like little 12-year-olds.
They're tiny. Shit, that black girl. Well,
Simone Biles.
is that her name?
Yeah, she's tiny.
She's a midget.
Yeah.
She could be a jockey.
She's very little.
You know.
Amazing.
Okay, so have you come up with a question yet, or what?
I don't really know what I should ask you.
Whatever you want. I'll give you one. I'm like
Okay.
a genie. You only get one wish.
One wish? No, I only get one question. That's too intense.
Okay, well, I'll give you two then.
Okay. I feel like you should ask me one first because I need a standard to be
Nah.
set. What? Okay, this is lame. I'm just thinking
Just
of whatever
go.
comes off my head.
Who
What's
cares?
your ideal date, or what's your best way to like woo a lady? Nathan
I
gonna
don't know
do?
if I don't know if I have a best way. These days, to be honest with you, I just like either going to dinner.
Yeah.
Fuck, I've gotten old. Going to dinner or actually just hanging out at my house. I've got a good apartment.
So you're trying to impress a
got
lady,
a comfy, yeah,
and
because
you're just going the classic dinner.
because I can cook. That's why.
Yeah.
I can cook. And really, these days, if you haven't got any substance to you,
Mhm.
then I'm out really quickly. So, I don't mind getting a drink. I used to be a lot more planned than I am now. I took you on a couple of good dates.
Yes, you did.
I've been on a few really good dates, and it depends what they like. You got to find out what they like.
Yeah.
That's the key to anything. You can plan the best date, and they go, "This is shit. I don't like
Have
me."
you ever rocked up with like
Don't
a
like-
rose at the
Yeah,
front door? You know,
I
like
took
the
you
old
one.
school.
I took you one.
You did do that.
I did take you one.
You're missing the chocolates though. It's usually.
I used to buy a rose every time I went on a date.
Did you?
Yeah,
That is gorgeous.
yeah.
Girls. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
me in particular.
You're
I
a
think
hopeless romantic.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I am. I'm a fairy tale. I live more in a fairy tale. You know.
There's no fairy tales in the world, though.
There can be though. I mean, I live in a romantic comedy that I create in my head 24/7.
Well, you haven't been that funny. Like, I haven't laughed out loud in this podcast, so
I'm not being funny. I'm trying to be really witty and
Oh.
talking.
isn't that funny, Witty?
Well, so not always.
Don't get nervous. It's all good. You've been funny. You've been good. Don't worry.
I haven't been hilarious.
Thumbs-
It's not my
thumbs up
best.
from me.
It's not my best funny work.
Thumbs up from me. No, you've been good.
But yeah, no, I think every girl wants a little bit of romance. So I think a rose at the door is nice, Nathan.
Yeah, I
I think you
used
should
to.
bring that back in style. Like the old like romantic comedies. I'm a romantic comedy watcher,
Mm.
big time. I literally can tell you any.
It's
and
hard to
storyline.
find time to buy roses, though.
I understand that.
You know, when
I
you're
understand
working
that.
and the flower shop closes
People
at 6.
always say like you can't have like a fairy tale in real life. Fairy tales aren't real, but you know, in those romantic comedies, it's really just
never
one
happens
person.
that way, though.
I know that, but it's really just one person putting in just that little bit of extra effort and showing that they're thoughtful.
Why is it
and
always
showing
the
that they
man,
care.
though? Why does the man always have to
Movie
put in
says
that
it's
effort?
got to be that way
Why?
because the movie said it.
Yeah, well, you know what's
Nathan.
going to happen in the next 10 years. The movies ain't going to say that
I know.
because it's going to be women doing it.
I think that if the guy does some nice stuff first, and then the woman can start
Like
doing
what?
the same.
What do the women do then?
Whatever they want. Like I've planned like cute little picnics for people before, and like done thoughtful things as well, just as good as a guy.
What's the
can.
best date you've planned?
The best date I've planned.
Yeah.
I think the picnic was cute. I like got a picnic, organized all this food like strawberries, chocolates,
Yeah. Did you make chocolate strawberries?
all that sort of stuff.
You know
That was cute. And
You know
had,
the
like,
secret to those.
what is?
How'd
the
you
secret?
make them?
I melted chocolate down and then dipped them.
Yeah, and then where'd you put it?
Then I rolled them in nuts and then left it
Oh,
there.
I'm out with nuts.
Do you not like nuts?
No.
Oh
I'm
my
out with that.
gosh, nuts is the best.
You love nuts in your mouth, don't you? Of course you do. Of course you love some big, juicy nuts in your mouth. There's the key to the best chocolate strawberries is you roll them in chocolate, exactly what you're doing. Then you put them in the freezer for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Pull them out, put them in the fridge because then the strawberry doesn't melt, the strawberry doesn't freeze, and the
Okay.
chocolate gets really hard
Wait,
around.
Can't you just put it in the fridge? It does the same thing. Why do you
Nah,
put it in the
it
freezer?
just doesn't have the same effect. I've tested both.
I don't think you have really
Mm,
tested both.
I have.
I think that is a lie.
I have, to be honest.
But they'll go in the fridge. Chocolate, if you melt normal chocolate, it will harden soon. But like if you
There's a
make
lot of things that'll harden if you put it in the fridge.
But if you, I thought you were going somewhere else with that. If you put them, if you just leave chocolate sitting out after you've melted it, it will harden. You don't even need, you can put them, you can just put it straight in the fridge. You don't need to go to freezer. But I'm not going to knock your theory until I've tried it.
Nah, I'm very adamant on that.
Okay.
I'm very dogged with my cooking recipes and all that shit. It's all
Okay.
secret.
All right.
Although I've shared one. It's a bit
Yeah.
awkward.
So we know how to make the best chocolate strawberry now. We know how to make
You
the
do.
best lemon lime bitters.
I haven't made them forever, chocolate strawberries.
That's what we're going to do right after this podcast, guys. And then
I've got some strawberries and I do have some
taste
chocolate.
testing them.
I do have some chocolate in my fridge.
We've got chocolate and strawberries. That's what we're going to make.
That's mad.
And we're going to test the theory.
That's mad.
Put it
I'll
down.
tell you a show you got to watch on Netflix, everyone. Dark Tourist. Have you heard of this?
You told me about it the other day.
You
I haven't got to it yet.
Gotta, honestly.
This is the Kiwi going on explorations?
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best ever. He goes and does a tour on real out there things because these days a lot of tourists, especially Americans are weird sometimes. Shout out to all my American fans out there. You're all weirdos. And he goes there and tours, and he goes, first episode, he goes to Medellin where Pablo Escobar is.
Yep.
And he goes around with his hitman. And
Mhm.
his hitman's like now this tour guide, but he's like an action hero now. But he's killed like 40 people. He killed his girlfriend because
Why is he not in
Pablo
trouble?
Escobar goes, mate, you killed.
Why,
She's
is he
trying to
not
double cross. No way. And then where else does he go? He goes to Louisiana to go with the vampires. And you think they're going to full bite the vampires. You think they're going to go absolutely ham and just bite them on the neck. But no, this guy has his feed. He calls it a feed, and he just nicks him with a scalpel on the back and just sucks his back like twice and goes, oh, now I feel rejuvenated. You're not a vampire, mate. You're just a fool. Just a fool. This old gay man has this young boy. He's like 18. I'd say he'd be 18, 19. And they live together, and he feeds on that guy. And then that guy feeds on him. Just weird.
What?
It's weird.
So do we actually want to watch this show?
It's great. Yeah, you got to watch it. It's hilarious. And the Kiwi guy's really funny because he's like, I thought we were going to watch a feed. And the guy's like put gloves on and sterilized everything. And it's just gay.
Okay.
Well, it's not gay.
You mean
but
lame?
It's lame. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for that one.
Yeah.
Any current events? Any good social media or any good celebrity action happening?
Celebrity action? You mean what are the celebs doing?
No, well, don't you have anything that you want to talk about with celebs? If you don't, that's fine. I just thought might be in your ballpark.
No, not really. I mean, Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber are getting married. So
Who's
he's
that?
off the market.
Who's Hailey?
Hailey Baldwin is
Alec Baldwin's daughter?
no, not Alec Baldwin, Stephen Baldwin's daughter.
Who's Stephen Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin's brother.
There we go. 6 degrees of separation. We got there.
So they're engaged. A lot of people are getting engaged. Nick Jonas is engaged to
Delta Goodrem.
that Indian actress. I can't say her name. I forget what it is. It's like I don't know, Patea something. I can't even say it.
Yep.
So there's a lot of cute young celebrities being snatched off the market.
Oh, that
So
sucks. Sucks for you.
It is. I really thought I was going to end up with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And now
I did too. I'm a believer. I'm a
Yeah.
believer. Believer.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of Justin Bieber. Good on him. Imagine being that famous at that age. Fuck, that would suck.
I don't know. I always think of like Macaulay Culkin when I think of like kid stars.
Loves heroin.
Does he?
Loves heroin.
Yeah.
Loves drugs.
But like he was speaking on Ellen and he's so sweet. Like
Yep.
he's like now he's come and he's just has so much money that he just like did random stuff. Like he talked about he started a band where they just sing about like food.
Yep.
Like just insert they do covers of songs but replace like words with food.
Hashtag pray for Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. And like literally all he does is just do whatever he wants because he just can.
Well, is he that loaded though? I think his
He's-
dad took a fair bit of his money
No, I think he
because his parents don't talk to him anymore. I think.
I don't know.
Who knows? Let's we have gone over now. We'll wrap up in a couple of minutes. Let's talk about the cult. You've joined our cult, the Chunder Dragon cult. When's the last time you threw up?
Got a long time ago. No. Last time I threw up was probably 3 months ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
next time you throw up, you have to do the Chunder Dragon. So it's the wings at the back. And you got
Yeah.
to flap, and you got to get someone to video it. Hashtag mixed business.
That's the last
Hashtag
thing.
Chunder Dragon.
That's the last thing I'd
It's
want to do.
hilarious.
Girls have to be getting someone to hold their hair back.
Yeah, well then get 3 people in there then. Someone to hold your hair, someone to record, and then you're
And then
doing
I've
the
got to
chunder.
flap the wings.
Boom.
Okay.
That's easy.
All right.
Just make sure you haven't got your
vomiting,
onesie.
but
Make sure you haven't got your onesie off at the time.
Off
Have your
or-
onesie on. Your onesie on.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you could be in a bikini like your Instagram photo.
Great.
Yeah, just get a photo shoot going while you're spewing.
Yeah. That
Why not?
sounds like it would just get a bazillion likes.
Yeah, it might. It probably would.
Hashtag mixed business.
Hashtag probably would. And then we got the other one, which is the Barracuda. So we started a handshake. I showed you the handshake before, the
Yes, it's horrifying.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, the old Barracuda.
Yep.
Imagine if you broke your pinky, though. I always think about that. You could do some damage to your pinky. That'd
If
be
you're
irreversible.
Doing
If you jammed it in someone's asshole.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
not if you get a clean like.
Well, you
shot.
could, yeah, you could.
You could get, like in touch football where you try to rip a tag off and you jar your finger.
Yep. That's called OzTag, not touch football.
Or whatever it is.
Yep.
OzTag, sorry, yeah. You could jar your finger. There's a certain condition, and that, I'm sure that this is a situation where that could occur.
Asshole. I've dislocated my finger, shoving it in someone's asshole.
Yeah.
Doc, what do I do? Just stop poking assholes.
With your pinky, use a stronger finger.
With my pinky. All right, we'll wrap up there. Thank you very much for coming on.
Nah, thanks
Would
for
have
having
been
me.
very
This business.
boring without you. And I think Abs is back. I think we've got one more episode. I got one more guest coming on, and then we've got Abs back in action. So we're looking forward to his wrap up from Europe, and I'm sure it's got some stories.
He's going to have 100 stories, and they're all going to be inappropriate.
He might have chlamydia as well.
I wouldn't doubt it, yeah.
Hope you get the clap, Abs. Keep clapping, son. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day. See you guys.